Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is...
Happy New Year.
That is right, a brand new year. And what better way to celebrate the new year than by playing a game that came out 20 years ago? We've got some more Metal Gear to get through. How you doing? How you doing, Bix?
Hungry, but that's fine.
That's fine. Something tells me we're going to be munching on a lot of rations, so maybe that'll help.
Maybe that'll help.
Now, if you recall, the last time that we went live, we had a couple of things going on. We met up with Grim, slash Donald Anderson, slash Peter Stillman, and basically we've started clearing out all of the struts of bombs. There's one bomb on each strut. Right now, we are headed back to B. Just gotta wait. You just gotta wait for these... The worst thing about these No, you know what? Everything is the worst thing about the ciphers. The ciphers suck. But the worst thing about them here is that you have to wait for them. Which, while that's easy, if you're impatient, like I am, well, that's a problem. Here's your first bomb. Here's a problem right here. What's the good news?
Good news is that time does not seem to be a factor.
Not just yet. This first round of bombs, no. But we'll get some timers as we go on.
Raiden reporting. The C4 in Strut B has been disposed of. The wall containing the transformer panel was set to blow.
This is all wrong. This is something only an amateur would do.
What do you mean?
All the bombs that have been found so far don't appear to be in the right kind of locations. And the quantity of explosives isn't sufficient either.
Even Fat Man can make mistakes, right?
No, there's something else going on here. Get a move on with the disposal, Raiden. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you think it's a trap?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell Pliskin.
This whole thing seems like a trap.
Just hurry.
Okay. I should mention, all of the bombs are as they should be right now, except for one. I did exactly two things off stream, which is I went to Strut F to take care of the Strut F bomb, as well as to pick up the M9, which is going to make things significantly smoother as we go forward.
You say Strut F-bomb singular. What is the significance of that?
There is one bomb per strut. So we just took care of the...
I see.
Yeah. We took care of B. Now we've got C, and we actually already did this one on stream, this bathroom one here, but might as well show off those PS2 reflections as long as we can, right?
Might as well.
Kojima out there somewhere is very, very happy that I took the moment to do that. Ah, sugoi.
He doesn't even know why. He can just feel it.
He
like
gets
in the cockles of his heart.
Like a twinkle on his nose.
Jack, do you remember the day we met?
I'm kind of busy right now, Rose.
You're right, sorry.
I do remember. It was right after I transferred to New York. There were all these tourists around you in front of the Federal Hall.
A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was climbing in the movie. I said it was probably the Chrysler building, and then you showed up and started mouthing off.
I really like the music that plays here.
It's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler building was in Godzilla.
We started arguing, and I forgot all about the tourists. I was insisting that I was right, and you were doing the same. The next thing we knew, the Japanese women had gone away, and we ended up going to the Skyscraper Museum to see who had the better recall.
We argued all the way to Battery Park.
And for nothing.
Since the museum was closed, we went our separate ways from the museum. And then I found you again by coincidence out in the base corridor.
An amazing coincidence that we were actually working at the same place.
Aww.
That night we went up to the top of the Empire State.
It was so beautiful. I could look down on the Chrysler building from 120 stories above ground.
I felt overwhelmed. I didn't care anymore who was right.
And that was our first date.
We watched King Kong in your apartment a bunch of times that night. Didn't sleep till morning. If it weren't for that coincidence, we wouldn't be together.
I know.
Aww.
I'm sorry, Jack. I'm taking up your time again.
A little bit, but it's okay.
Take care.
Jack, there's an ancient Chinese proverb about King Kong. I got nothing else. It says that he's here for you. He's the first member of the Universal Monster crew. Does that mean anything to you? Tell you what, while we have a quiet moment here, let's go ahead and shake this guy down for some supplies. Part of the reason that
Almost literally.
no, for sure. Huh? I'm getting the strangest sense of deja vu. One of the reasons that the M9 is so damn good in this game is because you can just shake people down for large sums of it. Like, relatively consequence-free. Let's wait until this guy turns around again. There we go.
Nothing here.
So, you'll notice that a lot of the time when I'm tranking these guys, I'm deliberately going out of my way to leave the last one for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you trank all of the people in an area, they get a call in from their headquarters that's like, "Hey, how come you guys are late? What's going on here?" And then you basically have a hidden countdown timer until that message happens. And depending on whether or not they pick up, they start sending in assault teams after you. But you can artificially lengthen it by, like, again, making sure that damn near everybody is unconscious before you go ahead and get it. Like, get that last guy. And that's usually the way to do it.
This is Raiden. Disposal of the C4 in Strut D is complete. Explosives were planted on the maintenance hatch.
Good work. Only one more left to go.
This is Pliskin. Do you read me, Pete?
I'm here.
Exactly it.
What's up?
Raiden, you need to hear this too.
I'm listening.
I checked out the bottom of Strut.
I want to say this is one of the longest codecs in the
what's this
game,
about?
actually.
I asked Pliskin to look around.
Good,
Knowing
good. That
Fat
means
Man
I don't have
can't
to talk.
shake the feeling that all the bombs so far were just wrong.
Enjoy Greg Eagles while he lasts.
A hell of a lot of C4s packed into the bottom of the Strut.
Right.
Pete called it right.
I knew he had the real thing up his sleeve.
So all the other ones were dummies?
No, they're a threat, all right. But the detonation wouldn't be enough to destroy the entire shell. But the C4s Pliskin found would inflict serious structural damage.
That's not the bad news either. These are sensor-proof.
Oh shit.
What?
New model, I guess. The ionization sensor can't detect them. The whole thing is sealed tight to prevent vapor leak, and there's no trace of that cologne signature. Pete, looks like he fooled you.
Yes.
But
You can tell
managed
it's
to find the
serious
thing
now that the
anyway.
music has
It
changed.
was sheer luck.
Bombs that are invisible to the sensor?
Any ideas, Pete?
Are there more out there?
I'll go see for myself.
You can't move fast enough.
He's right. I can try the spray from a distance.
Hold on. There's something not right about this one. I can feel it.
Well, Pete, should I come back and get you?
No, there's no need. Raiden, you have one left to go, correct?
That's exactly right. Except for those scentless ones.
How about you, Pliskin?
I have 2 left, not counting this one.
Okay. It'll have to be me. I have the level 4 card that'll get me into Shell 2 in any case.
You'll never make it. With that bad leg of yours, they'll spot you for sure.
That won't happen. I can walk just fine. I can even run.
That was mean.
What do you mean?
That was a mean
That
one.
bomb 5 years ago. I messed up. Even with all my experience, I lost it. And the church was lost in the explosion. All those kids playing nearby, too. These past
Jeez.
5 years, I've lived a lie.
Lied?
Yes, lied. I didn't lose my leg in the explosion. So many dead. All because of my mistake. All I could think about was hiding from the crime, shielding myself from the public outcry. I wanted people to be sorry for me, for my weakness.
Shit.
I faked being a victim myself because I couldn't bear to
Damn.
face the families of the real victims. This is no prosthetic. I can keep my footing on catwalks and hike over deserts. I lived my life so well, I haven't even answered to myself for my sins.
That's going
It was supposed to be a shield, and it's become a shroud instead. I've killed my soul by playing the victim.
Oh
Instead of
shit, I
protecting
forgot
me,
about I killed
it's
my
made life
soul.
even more hellish.
What good can that do the victims?
I know. I'm a coward.
Stillman is great.
Pete,
God forgive me. I can walk with my own 2 feet, and I need them to stop.
Stillman has some of
His
the worst
crimes are
dialogue in
also
the entire
mine.
game, but
One
Grey
of
Eagle
omission
sells it.
and arrogance. No one should
You're
teach the
about as
skills
low
I
as
taught
it
him without a
gets.
clear conscience. This is the only way I can diffuse my own sins.
Diffuse my sins!
Use
all
my
yours.
own
you
sins.
got it, Ryden?
I understand.
Pete, I've taken care of guards in struts G and H of Shell 2. I wouldn't recommend you go into any of the other struts.
I owe you one.
I'll get back to freezing the baby bombs then.
You do that
exactly
too,
it.
Fucking love
I'm on
it.
it.
That's
I'll have
right.
the radio with me if you need to get in touch.
So you
Just
don't get to
ask
be
me
Snake,
Peter.
but you do get to you get to hang out with Snake quite a bit. And honestly, in some ways, that's even better.
Yeah?
Because you get to see more of him when you think about it. Like, you get to see his reaction to things, and you get to see his character that you kind of wouldn't if you were playing as him for most of it, I guess. Or you get to see him in
Yeah,
situations where he gets to do things that a player character wouldn't, right?
Yeah, you are correct.
Definitely make sure that you get that damn thing. Oh, you hear that? You hear that radio click? They're aware. Actually,
Better get ye gone.
we might need to go back up top. Yeah, if you cut it off like that, you can reset the timer too, which is excellent. And something that we're going to be trying our best to do as much as possible. Grab that ration while we're at it, because we're going to need it. There we go. Yeah, you want to be up on the top level for this one. What do we got this time? We got 2 guys. Let's grab him first because he's on a higher ground. And now that that guy's out, can probably just book it. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. Too easy. And we got to get a radar for this room too.
Gotta pick up your radar.
That's the thing. Yeah, this game, that's one of the things that makes it more, I would say, difficult or more complicated than MGS1 at the very least, is the fact that you do have to go out of your way to get the Soliton radar, get ye radar.
As it were.
And like the first time that you go through any of these struts without it, it's a fucking ordeal and a half.
Because it's like we were discussing in Metal Gear Solid 1. The Soliton radar is kind of broken.
It is. Especially when you've got like these overhead views and everything. Without it, you might as well be blind because, hey, you know, people make fun of the fact that like the guards can't see like 3 feet in front of them in these games. But at the same time, neither can you really. Unless you go into first person mode, you're just kind of screwed. Huh?
I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja just now.
Ninja?
It's the only way to describe it. A kind of cyborg ninja complete with a sword.
What?
Wait, what?
Excuse me?
Are you hiding something from me?
Olga, are you sure it wasn't an Arsenal Tengu?
Don't be a fool. Think I wouldn't know the difference? I've never seen field gear like that ever.
All right, we'll intensify patrols. Anything else?
Actually,
I'm glad that we
one
get a
more
little
thing.
bit more of
You'll find
Olga.
it
She's a
hard to
great
believe,
character.
though. I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box.
Where?
On the connecting bridge to Shell 2. So you believe me this time?
I've seen someone use that box trick before. We'll lay a trap on the Shell 2 connecting bridge.
Over and out then.
Freeze! You must be one of Dead Cell.
Course not. What a thing to say.
Drop your gun!
Not a chance.
Not twice, dude. God, Olga's great.
Kinda highlights how much Raiden sucks.
A little bit. Raiden is cool in this game for like 20 minutes, and it's not right now.
I saw a female soldier. Russian.
Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a good
No, she commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the big ship.
Unlike you, people have
That's
actually
right.
told me what's
She's
going
led the group
on.
ever since her old man, Colonel Gerlukovich, died. Watch yourself with her. She's a tough one.
All right. Well, we got one more bomb to take care of up here. But first, I don't know why it gave me my it gave me my SOCOM because he was holding the SOCOM in the cutscene.
That's a fucking beginner's trap.
It is, especially because you may have noticed we don't have a suppressor on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you like foreshadowing? We got some foreshadowing up in here.
Whenever I see, like, some kind of armed vehicle in a Metal Gear game, you know what I think?
What's that?
Boss fight.
I have the last C4
Now, because
frozen.
it's the
There's
smallest
nothing showing
spoiler
up
in
on
the world,
sensor now.
I will tell
Good
you,
work,
yes,
Raiden.
you are right.
You're way ahead of me, kid. I still have
We are
one to go.
absolutely going to fight
How's
this
your
thing
bomb,
at some
Peter?
point.
It's a bomb, all right.
And it's
Sealed
really
C4
cool.
And in huge quantities.
You think there's another one in Shell 1?
For sure. Somewhere at the bottom of Strut A.
Why are you so certain?
If this bottom section of the strut is demolished, Shell 2 will be well on its way to destruction.
You mean that Shell 2 will actually sink?
Not immediately. There'll still be 5 struts left. But if Shell 1 loses a strut at the same time, it'll be a very
Yeah, these
different
things
story.
are like held together
Big Shell's structural
like
integrity depends on a
fucking
very
houses of
exact
cards.
balance. If both shells lose a
Oil
strut each,
rigs?
the whole structure will tear itself apart under its own weight.
What do we do?
I have a sensor that can locate even those scentless C4s.
Oh.
It makes combined use of a neutron scintillator and a hydrogen bomb detector.
You brought that stuff with you?
Of course, I made the calibrations while I was in the pantry.
Does it work?
I just tested it, and it definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
There's another one in
Well, it's a
that
good thing I've got
pantry.
these headphones on.
You can go back and get it.
It's all yours, right?
Good
I'm
thing.
going to study it some more. and see
Man,
if the
Snake's hair looks
process works.
great.
Don't touch
I'm sorry,
that
I just
until
noticed
I
that.
say so.
Okay. I'll stand by.
Raiden's
until you
hair looks
reveal
really
it.
good for the PS2 because it, like, you'll see it as we do more action and everything, but it flows around really well. It's like,
Does.
again, for a PS2 game, that was legitimately impressive. It's no wonder why Raiden's hair became such a thing in the later games, right?
Makes sense.
Quick. Oh, I almost forgot. This guy has something that we want. Let's just do one of those and another one of those, and then we're good. The Claymore's return.
Good work.
Thank you. We are almost done. Yeah, now we basically just have to trek back our way towards where Stillman was. And there will be something waiting for us there.
Good old backtracking.
Yes. This game is... Okay, so actually that was something that I kind of wanted to talk about, is there is absolutely backtracking in MGS2, but it handles it in a way that I really, really like, which is... We talked before about how each of the struts are... Like, that's your whole game, is just the struts and the connecting bridges and the cores.
Right.
And it's like, not only do you have that going on, but this is a really good example of that. This is one such room that has to be designed in two ways. You're either coming at it from this way and have to take out the sniper and the dude, and you can do that by going up or going down. But if you come back from the other way, then if you try and hit this dude who's out of your way, then the sniper up there is going to recognize it. So you have to hit the sniper before you come down. Like, it's a little puzzle box, but it's designed to be, each of them is designed to be done from two directions. And that's one of the reasons why I really like MGS2. Just, it is so singular in its design, but well considered at the same time. Even if the M9 just completely trivializes most of the guards in this game. And it certainly does.
If they were difficult, it would be fucking frustrating.
It would be. And it is. That thing that you just said right there is the one reason why I grabbed the M9 off camera. Because the way that it's meant to be done is like, they give you just enough playtime without it that you have to essentially circle the whole big shell, or at least half of the big shell, to get to it, because it's all the way in F. And then once you get it, the game is significantly simpler, but you have to kind of earn your way towards the simple play. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's exactly right. And, if I'm correct, this is a really good time to grab the stuff in this room, because I think they take away all of the people in here.
I have sensor B.
Good. Head to the bottom of strut A.
How's your invisible bomb?
I'm looking at it, but I'm keeping my distance. How's Pliskin doing?
A few more minutes. I just got to the last strut, but there are a few enemy sentries I have to take care of.
Does it look bad, Peter?
Maybe. It's an odd one. The detonator hasn't been activated.
What?
But the sensors are live, which means...
This is Pliskin. I've located the last C4.
Is that it?
I'm about to freeze it. Then...
Wait! Pliskin!
Oh shit.
Damn, that was it!
What's going on?
The detonator just woke up. It's counting down!
What happened?
Stillman is starting to sound a whole lot like Grimm right now.
The one in shell 1 should be counting down too.
When he starts yelling, it's like, there it is.
400 seconds.
Like, there it is.
seconds?
Right, move! Get to the bottom of strut A now!
Exactly.
Let's do it. So yeah, we have 400 seconds, which is definitely enough. Like I said, we might as well take a second to first grab this ration while we're here, and second, grab that terminal while there are no enemies here, because we will need that later.
You've got like a little over 6 minutes.
Yeah. It's a pain in the ass to get to the terminals the first time, but once you get them, you have them. Which, again, I like that. As a design thing, that's pretty cool. Earning your way towards easier play. Of course, again, we've got to wait for the cipher. There we go. Yeah,
there it is. There's that time being a factor.
Especially with, so one of the annoying things is having to deal with the ciphers specifically when you don't have the radar for a place, because it's like, guards, you can kind of fudge where things are, but trying to figure out where the ciphers are pointed is like, fuck you, dude. What? How am I even supposed to see what's going on?
It's a circle.
And it does have like a little radar on it, but some of them
It's got a camera on the top.
It does. And some of them are so... like, some of them see quite a ways, I believe. Ah, shit. It's alright, we'll get this. I don't know why I said that like Raiden. Ah, shit. Also, I don't know why my Raiden sometimes just turns into a South Park character.
He is incredibly snivelly.
Yes. He doesn't get to be not snivelly until a couple more hours. And even then...
I thought you were going to say he doesn't get to be not snivelly until a couple more games.
That's also true. But he's still a little snivelly in, like, Revengeance. Doctor. Turn off my pain inhibitor. I love Raiden so much, but he's so much fun to make fun of. It's more fun to make fun of Raiden than it is to make fun of Snake, and it's really fun to make fun of Snake.
I thought you were going to say it's more fun to make fun of Raiden than it is to be Raiden.
It's not fun to be Raiden.
Bliskin,
Get
listen
real.
carefully.
What is it?
I fell for it.
Fell for what?
That man has my number. A proximity trigger. Microwave.
Microwave?
With a 7-foot range. It's not a technique I taught him. Neither was that multi-bomb booby trap. Looks like he's far surpassed me as far as explosives technique goes. As for the rest...
Pete, get the hell out of there.
There's less than 30 seconds left. It's too late.
No!
Pliskin, get away from Stonehenge as fast as you can.
Pete!
Raiden, keep your distance. Use the spray from as far away as possible.
Me?
You can do it. I know that.
I'm not so sure.
But I am. Do it.
Music
I
is
know
really
you can.
overpowering the dialogue. Oh!
Whatever.
I thought it was gonna cut me off before I got a chance to do that. Nope.
Shit. God damn it.
Whatever! Anyway, this is also a good time to pick up some stuff that we might have missed in this room. Such as... I believe it's down here? Oh, get a load of this, also. They had to re-record some dialogue, but only for
Got your
Campbell.
feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster. Change your heading with the left stick.
There it
Up
is.
will take you up, down takes you lower, left and right to face those directions. The O2 gauge will appear
And there it's
under your
back.
life gauge while you're
He's like a
underwater.
full...
The
What's
gauge
with that?
corresponds
He's like
to
an
the amount of
octave
air you can
higher.
hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to
Left
zero,
to go
your
left.
life gauge will start to drop.
10 years
You need
older.
to be aware of that.
Well, again, that was when they did the remaster. Was that they had to redo some of the dialogue as well. Get that thermal
Well,
cheat.
what for?
I'm actually not sure why they did it. I don't remember why they did it, but I remember it being kind of like a sticking point when it happened, and it's still really, it stands out to me because I think Colonel Campbell is the only one that actually happens to. But the swimming controls are the most like prominent version of that.
Colonel, I've neutralized the bomb.
Good work, Raiden.
It was a great loss for everyone.
Yes, it was.
Colonel, any damage report on the explosion?
Seems that the duct for diverting the contaminated seawater was destroyed, and the central section of Shell 2 is flooding. The explosions ignited the oil slick on the surface.
What about the toxins?
The chemicals stayed in containment. There's no immediate danger.
Is the big shell stable?
Shell 1 was unaffected. The price was high, but the threat of the bomb is over for now.
What's the next
For
objective?
now.
Rescue
now,
the president.
for about 2
Get back
seconds.
to the upper level.
Roger that.
Straight up, rescue the president. Stakes could not be higher for our little Bishonen boy.
Our intrepid hero.
You also, this is something that I wanted to point out before we go into the next room, but Quentin Flynn, creep that he is, does a really, really good job as Raiden, and Quentin Flynn in Japanese is, I think, significantly less good because he's just like kind of badass, deep voiced dude. He's not all that far away from Snake. And I feel like Raiden works a lot better as practically Shinji in the skull suit. Even if he is played by a pervert.
Raiden, the terrorists have retaliated for our bomb neutralization.
What?
A hostage has been killed, shot in the head. They shot one of them on the
Jesus.
roof just to make sure we caught it. One of our satellites caught it clear as day.
Damn.
They announced they would kill one every hour from now on.
What are my orders? What should I do?
Stay with your mission objective. Rescue the president.
What about the other hostages?
President Johnson is your first priority.
Well, all right.
Priority my butt. They're all in danger.
Jeff, be reasonable.
Get
I know
real.
what you're feeling, but you can't save them all.
No, not by myself.
Are you expecting that Pliskin to come through?
All right.
Looks like he's turned his radio off too.
I can't complete this mission by myself.
That man was not included in the simulation. He is not a factor in this mission.
He
What do
is,
you mean
though.
by that, Colonel?
Your mission must remain a solo effort.
What about the SEALs?
You
No
can't
second
just
attempt?
pretend
They
that
haven't
there's
even
not
gotten
another
the planning
dude running
back.
around.
All we can do is wait. In the meantime, you're our only hope.
I understand.
She got
Raiden,
tonight.
go and rescue the president. You can start off by getting to the upper level of Strut A.
A. All right, Colonel.
What a.
A. Paul Eiding is so good. He is a fantastic voice actor. Speaking of fantastic, here's a cool character.
Oh man, you know I love that shit. I love the wearing the coat without wearing the sleeves.
Because it doesn't have, like, it's so hard to do that.
That you were alive after all. I knew this moment would come. Show yourself and finish me. Like you finished off my father. Otherwise, you'll be the one to die.
Oh, crap.
Oh shit!
That's not him. This could be interesting. You've seen the fires of hell, haven't you? Maybe you can give me death. My name is Fortune, lucky in war and nothing else.
Her theme is so good.
And without a death to call my own. Hurry, kill me, please.
So, now we
A
get
Hideo Kojima game.
to fight a really cool boss that we cannot hurt and that we cannot kill. And that you just have to keep running around because you literally can't damage her at all. And she will destroy the environment as you run around. Her railgun will eventually just go straight through your cover, as railguns are wont to do. We also get what is probably one of the best music tracks in all of Metal Gear, which is Yell Dead Cell. Yeah, she goes absolutely ham. Fortune is so cool. There you go. There's that destructible environment. It's really coming off the rails here. Oof. Generally, though, she does a whole lot of damage to you all in one shot. But your dodge and your runaround is really, really good. And that's all you have to do is just survive until the very end of this encounter, and then you're good. It's an invisible counter, but I want to say it's like maybe a minute 30, maybe?
Hell of a boss fight, huh?
It's really cool. Now everything's on fire.
You know, it's funny, these people, they go to sleep, they think everything's fine, everything's good. They wake up the next day and they're on fire.
You're right.
Right. Fat Man just contacted us directly.
Got a little busy, Colonel.
Called us?
Yes. Looks like he placed a bomb on the heliport. He specifically asked for you, Raiden.
What?
He's killed off Peter. Now he's after you.
Why me?
How should I know?
Look, this is really not a good time for this.
The countdown's already begun, Raiden.
Oh, god damn
How much
it.
time do I have left?
I'll show you the count.
Not a chance.
400 seconds remaining.
So he's planning on taking this place out.
It looks like he has a different agenda from that of Dead Cell.
What about backup?
None. There's no time.
Which type of explosives is it?
And the music is really going ham. Like,
Yeah.
Yell Dead Cell just, it fucking goes. You have the option to zoom in on cutscenes. I don't usually do it because it almost always sucks.
Take over, Queen.
What is it?
It seems our friend Fat Man is out of control.
He'll actually try to destroy this place?
Yes, this could unravel everything we've planned.
But why would he do such a thing?
Who knows? But he's nothing more than a stereotypical mad bomber now. He's completely lost sight of our ideals. And with it, his loyalty to Commander Jackson.
All right. I'll take care of the wayward soul. It wasn't him.
Unfortunate.
I expected more of this one, really.
But he couldn't kill you, I see.
Completely useless.
Then he's all mine.
Later, then.
Now!
Ooh.
Why do I get the feeling he doesn't die from that?
I don't know, maybe because he shows up in like at least 2 other games? Well, he only shows up in 1 other game. Also because we didn't get to fight him yet. Dead Cell is so fucking overpowered. Like, what? How are you supposed to fight this?
Damn.
He's clearly not dead, and she can't be shot.
Damn. Are you gone?
Vamp is so fucking cool.
No, that death was...
Spell my name with an F-A-T.
Why am I the only
Because
one
I
who
know I
can
have a
die?
weight problem. But I just don't give a fuck.
Alone again? Cheated out of
Phil
death
Lamar is
again?
so good.
How long will you force me to live? How much longer, Dad? You've punished me enough. I thought you could give me peace. But you couldn't kill me either.
Aww. It's a shame Dead Cell is so cool, otherwise it wouldn't feel so bad, like, beating them.
Yeah.
There's no need for sorrow, Queen.
It's like Pokemon, the first movie.
It's exactly like
I
Pokemon,
died
the
once
first movie.
already.
Like, it's not even an exaggeration. Brother,
I can't die
my
twice.
brother. Tell me, what are we fighting for? Alright, we got 400 seconds to get back to the heliport. But there is
no
new...
time for dillying and or dallying.
No dilly-dally or shilly-shally, and there are new problems to overcome. Oh?
Be careful. There are Claymore mines around there.
Who is this?
Stealth-equipped Claymore mines.
Seems familiar.
Invisible to the naked eye. Use the mine detector.
Identify yourself.
No, I have a mine
Just
detector.
call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if I called you Deep Throat?
Never mind about that.
Why did you contact me?
Let's just say I'm one of your fans.
Okay.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, right?
Colonel, someone calling himself Mr.
We'll have
X
it once
just
more
contacted me.
later in the
Do
future
you
as
know
well.
anything about it?
No. And whoever it wasn't a burst transmission. The transmission was sent from within the big shell.
He called himself Deep Throat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too. But the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
I mean, you said that about Snake, too.
Could be. Exercise extreme caution.
And also, we thought Liquid was dead.
I mean, he is, but he's also not, but he is.
I guess. Is he? Like, his personality is still here. The price of genetic progeny.
It's convoluted.
That's right.
The flow of time is convoluted in the big shell.
You are not wrong.
Notice how the timer stops every time you enter a lift?
Yes. They are very, very good about timers literally just being gameplay. Pop out here and wait for this one. There we go. And just move on out of here and pretend like nothing happened.
That's right.
There are a couple... This game is... I mean, you can tell, like, MGS2 is oozing with just quality and good design.
Oh, I remember this scene.
Oh, yeah. Well, Gray Fox is apparently here, so, I mean, bloody hallway, I guess. Yeah, why not? But it's also been, it's been a minute or two since we did this. Luckily, I mean, like, it was a good stopping point where we did stop because, like, nothing was actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of where the game starts. We start getting more codex, we start getting more everything. There we go. Get a little bit more time with the cast and crew and everything. How are we doing on ammo? 25 out of 46. Don't love that.
Could be better.
It could be better. Pick some more up here. Or at least we'll try to, anyway. No! The sounds that these guys make, their voice lines are burned into my brain. Yes! That's what I want.
bet.
No!
That's the good shit.
Camera. Move camera. Ooh, we're really running down the timer now. And this fucking room. This room on a timer. Fuck that.
You've got like 4.5 minutes left.
I'm glad that you can count like that, because I look at that and I'm like, oh, that's 200. 200 is less than 400. And then my mind is like,
yeah.
Yeah. Straight up.
Straight up.
I'm really bad at math. I can read music okay, but I can't, like, it takes me a solid couple of minutes to sight read anything, which is unfortunate. But usually, whatever I lack in being able to sight read something, I can make up for by playing it by ear. But when it comes to actually just doing it properly, got fucking nothing. We got no time to monkey around with these guys.
Absolutely not.
That cartwheel also is so good. You are a lot more agile than Snake was, and all it is it's literally just the cartwheel, but it's so much. It's so little, but it's so much at the same time. Well, this doesn't look suspicious at all. There, President saved.
Hostelgado in President Evil.
So you're the one. You're right on time, I see. I like a punctual man.
Is he Dead Cell?
I am Fat Man. I am the greatest
fucking Fat Man.
Can you hear it? Hear this rhythm?
Fat Man is incredible.
And life. Don't you know this? I used to hang around department store clock counters.
What? Why is he on roller skates?
If this was... If they made this now, he would be wearing Heelys.
And nothing else announces its own end with such a fanfare. Glad you could make it. The party's about to start.
Who is this man?
He's Fat Man.
Yum. Good year. Let's drink to Stillman, shall we?
If you destroy the big shell, you'll never collect your ransom.
I'm gonna straight up tell you, this might be my favorite boss fight in this game.
$30 billion in cash.
He's so good!
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, you'll know soon enough. And I could care less what they plan to do. My ambitions are much more simple. To be the most famous bomber of them all.
You're nuts! No one's gonna give a damn about you.
Oh, yes, they will. I'll go down in history as the man who beat Peter Stillman. That's the only reason I assisted them.
Like hell you beat Stillman. He had your number.
What did you say?
You have nothing of his courage. Or... What are you laughing at?
That croc died a dishonorable death 6 months ago.
6 months ago. The liquidation of Dead Cell.
Call it what you want. Only the right stuff survived that hell. Set me free, you know. Open the way to a new dimension. So that I can become the emperor among detonation devotees.
You're nothing but a common criminal, and that's the only way people will ever remember you.
How dare you! I'm an artist!
This dude is great.
This dude is the most Metal Gear boss. He would not be out of place in Dead Rising 1.
This is how it works. I plant a bomb, and it'll explode soon after that. If you prefer to stay in one piece, you'll have to disable my bombs. Laugh and grow fat.
Good thing we've had practice getting these bombs. Okay, so Fat Man is probably the most mechanics-heavy boss fight in the game.
Oh, yeah?
He rolls around, literally rolls around, putting these bombs everywhere, and you... Okay. There we go. Obviously, you have to cool these down, and if you don't freeze them solid, they will explode and you will automatically lose. He is pretty susceptible to just fighting you, or to you just like running up and punching him a lot of the time. And other than that, he's incredibly fast. He doesn't hit particularly hard, but he hits often. there are a couple of really good ways to deal with him. One of my favorite is claymores. Because one of the things that he likes to do is he likes to return to the places that he put his bombs to check that they're still there. So you can kind of just fuck him up that way, and it'll knock him off his skates.
Beat him in his own game.
A little bit. And he also announces which stage of the fight he's in, which is helpful, because look at him go!
Look at him go.
It's time to get back to bombs! Oh, he's right behind us. Also, yeah, I don't know, you can just barely hear it when the music's going like it is. But when you bump into him like that, he makes like a basketball bouncing sound, which is, of course.
Come on, get a move on.
Woof! Almost pushed us off. And of course, as you might imagine, it is pretty hard to hit him in just about anywhere with the trank unless you're getting him in the head because of his bomb suit. But he also likes to take a lot of breaks to grab some wine, which I understand. Yes! There we go. Laying traps for him is probably the best way to get him done and out of the way. In fact, he likes to come up on these, on the sides here quite a lot. Like that. So, as long as you know his routes, you're done.
Good job.
Also, if you beat him and his timers are still going on his bombs, you still have to defuse the bombs. He is like the Vulcan Raven of this game when you think about how you beat him and also the options that you have at your disposal.
How the arena is laid out.
Exactly.
Oh no, I've nothing to wear to the party.
The party's over for you.
That's what you think.
What do you mean? What did you just do? What is this?
I have beautiful hands. These delicate hands can craft works of art.
Answer me, what the hell is this?
It's the switch for the biggest bomb in the entire place.
Huh?
No use. Once it's activated, there's no stopping the count.
Where did you plant it? Where is it?
Somewhere in this area. Don't worry, it's very close by.
Where is it?
Go ahead, shoot me. I'm already dead.
Damn!
Think you can find it? When it goes off, it'll take the big show with it.
Tell me where I can find the bomb!
That's your problem. This is the highlight of the party. Bring it on, I say. They'll be happy too. I die here and start my legend. Too bad you won't be around to see the movies. Laugh and grow fat.
I wish Fat Man showed up in more games. This is the only game he's in, and he's such a fucking weirdo. I love it. And of course, the biggest bomb of them all is here. He weighs so much. Grab that dog tag. He weighs so much that Raiden can't, like, carry him around for more than a few seconds before it automatically drops him.
Good work, Raiden. Looks like all the bombs are neutralized. One of their main leverages is now gone. That leaves...
Colonel, Fat Man didn't seem to know about the ransom demands.
Intentionally kept in the dark, I'd say. He seemed to be coming from a very different place from the other terrorists. Raiden, a lot of hostages, our president included, are still in danger. Keep your mind focused on protecting them.
Exactly. What are my orders?
Rescue the president.
He's getting so fed
no
up.
idea where he is.
You haven't been in the central core yet.
He's already so pissed off.
There.
Wait, I have another call. Want me to take it?
No, I'll go offline. Best to keep our presence unknown.
It took Snake until like disc 2 to start getting pissed off at Roy.
How you
Yeah.
doing, kid?
Pliskin, is everything all right?
Could be better. Looks like I was out cold for a while.
How did you manage to stay alive?
Had a little help from a friend.
Friend?
What about the bomb?
Diffused. And Fat Man, too.
That's good news.
How's Shell 2?
It's a mess. The bomb crippled H-Strut.
What about the toxins?
The what?
If the big shell blows up, the explosion is expected to produce massive amounts of toxins.
Never heard anything about that.
Huh?
Well, looks like there's not much danger of that in any case. But the central core is starting to flood. It won't last much longer.
Well, what about the president and the other hostages?
They weren't in Shell 2. They must be in Shell 1.
We need to get the hostages out of here now.
It's too far from Manhattan for a swim.
What about the lifeboats?
There doesn't seem to be any. Doesn't make sense.
So a chopper is our only extraction?
Right. And it comes with a passenger limit. Intel has it that there are about 30 hostages.
It'd take more than a single trip.
We'll have to come back.
Can you pilot a chopper?
No, but I brought a gearhead with me. He's a good guy. I'll introduce you later.
Pliskin, I'm on the heliport right now, but I don't see their Harrier. It's out somewhere.
We better move now, then. Our chances with a Harrier after us are close to nothing.
Do you know where the president is?
No, that one's all yours.
The president is at the top of our rescue list. These are our orders, Lieutenant JG.
Your orders, not mine.
What?
See you later.
Snake doesn't have to answer to damn near anybody. Except Snake, I guess.
Yeah.
And probably his gearhead friend. Wonder who that could be.
Wonder who that could be. You might even say he's a Metal Gear head.
You might even say that. Oh, come on!
You passed with flying colors.
Identify yourself.
I'm like you. I have.
Okay, so yes, but no.
You, Mr. X.
I'm very happy that you're here, but also, what? You got it the worst of anybody that I've seen so far.
But come, let's get out of the open. Follow me.
I mentioned that as of Twin Snakes, they no longer Greg Eagles, as you can clearly hear.
Mm-hmm.
Neither enemy nor
Which is
friend.
fucking weird because like
Just a messenger from
they're
the man
here.
they know.
Why didn't you just do it?
Gotta stimulate
This is
those
safer,
small
I
bones
think.
in your ear.
Safe from what?
That's right.
Eavesdropping, of course.
All right. Why did you contact me?
I've been ordered to give you backup, including the relaying of necessary intel.
Ordered by whom? Why would
Yeah,
you
fair enough.
identify yourself?
There is no need for you to know.
I'll decide whether I need to know.
You are not yet trusted to make such decisions.
Straight
I'll tell you
up.
Something you do need to know
You
instead.
don't get
The
to
current
choose.
location of the president.
What?
Or rather, the person who knows the current location of the president.
Who is it?
A Secret Service agent named Ames,
Ames.
currently being held with other hostages.
Secret Service, huh?
The head of the president's security detail, Ames has been fitted with the same type of VIP nanomachine system as the president.
Yeah.
If you are within
Tell me more
range,
about the
you should be
nanomachines.
able to communicate.
Why are you telling me this?
Do I need to repeat myself?
There's no reason for me to believe any of this. You understand that?
Of course, but you also have no choice but to believe. Do you have any other leads?
Where are those hostages?
That's not helpful.
That's ominous, if anything.
Where are the other hostages? Ha 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 ha.
The hostages are being held in B1 conference hall in the Shell 1 core.
Are you going to kill them?
There.
What does he look like?
We don't know if it is indeed a he. I've never met this person either.
How am I supposed to look for someone without even a description?
Use your ears.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ames has a pacemaker. You'll be able to hear the machine sound in the heartbeat.
You expect me to walk up to these hostages and listen to every one of their heartbeats?
The sound is too minute to detect unamplified. You'd be captured immediately.
So what am I supposed to do?
Use the directional microphone. There's one somewhere in the core.
Ah, yes, the Easter egg machine.
That's right.
Take this. The security card will unlock all level 2 security doors and
Nice.
the one into the core. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electronic
Not
key.
a PAL
And
key.
watch yourself. The core is more heavily guarded than any other section of the big shell. You'll get nowhere just like that. Try this instead.
One of the terrorists?
That's helpful, actually.
Time for
The
disguises.
surveillance camera.
Yeah.
won't let you on the
You like
outside
Hitman?
without
I like
your
Hitman.
uniform.
You want me to disguise myself?
Men assigned to the core and those on perimeter duty are given different colors to wear. Your new outfit will work in some areas, not others. The uniform alone won't fool them either.
You're talking about weapons.
Right, you need an AK.
But I saw them carrying an AN-94.
All men assigned to the core section carry AKs.
So without an AK-74U, someone will see through me really quick.
You could take care of the weapon issue yourself. One other thing.
There's more?
You'll also have to pass a retinal scan to get into the conference hall.
Shit!
And that means...
You have to cut out your eyes.
Metrics. Crap.
Use fake
Nothing but will
eyes.
suffice. Deception is not an option here.
Well, if this was teardown, I could just drive a fucking forklift through the roof.
Nuke on their side.
The nuke. They have a nuclear weapon with them?
You didn't find their continuing presence here unusual? Even with the president as hostage, this is an island, and they have no visible means of escape.
Even if they do have a nuke, the warhead is no good without an access code. The security lockout can't be bypassed.
They don't need to. They have the code.
Get real.
You saw it too, I believe. The Navy man with half a handcuff.
I'm really glad that you like those so much.
The other half of it is on the football, or the black case if you like. The nuclear button. And now they have it.
Ah, yes, the football.
Not to be
Why did
confused
they
with
have
the
to bring
pineapple.
football along? To a decontamination plant of all places.
But they did have to. Because, after all, the big shell is the farthest thing from a cleanup plant there is.
What?
Dead Cell didn't have to bring a nuke along with them. It was right here to begin with.
Oh shit.
Nothing is fair is what it seems.
Oh shit.
But
Oh,
why?
shit.
For what?
For Metal Gear that is housed here.
Of course.
Oh, shit.
Big Shell isn't an oil rig at all.
Metal Gear?
The very same. Bipedal nuke capable gearboard Shadow Moses infamy. This place is the R&D center for its newest incarnation.
What the hell is going on?
Better ask Ames the rest.
I thought Ray wasn't launch capable. Am I wrong?
What's this for?
You might be glad you have it. Keep the controller's vibration function on.
I can't turn it off, I don't think.
What do
Not
I
on
need a
this
cell
one.
phone for?
You know what's a really missed opportunity with the cell phone in this game?
What's that?
You can't play Snake on it.
Yeah. That is a bummer.
Who was that man just now?
He's not one of ours. No, we have no one like that in our unit.
He said that the big shell was housing a new model of Metal Gear.
First I've heard of it.
Colonel, what are you not telling me?
I've been completely open with you, Raiden. I've told you
Shut up.
everything.
No, you haven't. Fuck
Is that
you.
everything you know? Or everything I need to know?
Snap out of it, Raiden.
Definitely not.
I'll have the Metal Gear rumor looked into. You need to make contact with
He's
his
like-
teams.
So you believe that,
So-
Ninja?
Since we have no
Colonel
leads on the
Campbell
president's
clearly
current
is
location, we have
like
no
he had
other
like a
alternatives.
friendly repertoire
Right
going
now,
on with Snake.
collect as
He does
much
not
data
have
as
that
you
with
can,
Raiden.
including anything on Metal
Absolutely
Gear.
not.
With
Are those my
Raiden, it's
orders?
like
Yes, they are.
You need to know
Disguise
exactly
yourself
what
as
I
an
tell
enemy
you
soldier
and don't
infiltrate
ask
the
questions.
Shell 1 core.
Understood.
No, you don't understand. Don't ask questions. I don't give a shit what you think. You're not being paid to
straight up.
think. You're not important enough to ask questions. Stop asking questions. And at the
What do
same
you think this is, Shadow Moses?
Exactly. And it's like at the same time, Raiden is also not having it because he's like, I know that you're lying to me. You're not very good at it. Why are you lying to me? Yeah, let's just get out of here. Fuck this place. Something else also is really good while we're talking about the thing we were talking about earlier with like the interrupting of the radio calls and everything.
Yeah.
If you were to also brightness alert, I'm gonna turn on a thing here. If you were to turn on a fuck, what would you call it? If you were to turn on sorry, if you were to
describe it to me.
If you were to get them as they say there's nothing here, that is where their thing resets, right? So if you really want to time it, you hang around them and wait for them to say nothing here, and then you go. How about we just... There we go. Simple.
Radar is no use.
I wasn't actually sure whether or not blowing up those claymores would start an alert. I assumed that it would. But apparently not. Not this time. Strut F
Ciphers
warehouse.
have no audio capability.
So one of the only big problems...
I'm making that up, by the way.
I'll believe it. I don't know if they say that at any point, but that makes a whole lot of sense. The thing that I'll say also is Strut F Warehouse is probably the only part of this game that I really don't like because it is emblematic of this is your armory parallel where every time you need to go back after a boss fight to get a particular item, it's almost like I think of 2 separate occasions where you have to go here and they kind of don't tell you. One is after you beat Fat Man, you need to come back here and you need to get the AK, otherwise you can't do it. And the other one is coming up in a little bit, where we're also going to get a weapon later that they don't tell you where it is. And it's like, well, fucking great, thanks. Appreciate that.
Got a SOCOM compressor.
Yeah, that'll come in handy, actually. One of the reasons that I try to generally go after non-lethal... Whenever there is a game that presents you with the option of going non-lethal, I usually try to do it. MGS2 gives you a better ranking if you get through it without killing anybody. In fact, I think all of the Metal Gear games give you a better ranking the less violent you are. There's nothing here. There you go. Just go right back to sleep. You don't need to worry about... You don't need to worry about nothing. You just go back to sleep. On the left of this room, you saw a little alcove there. That's where the Strut F bomb was originally. It's just like a little frozen block of ice now. Get the M4. AK, there we go. What's up?
Looks like you've got an AK. If you wear an enemy's field outfit and carry an AK, you can pass for one of them.
That's exactly it.
Listen up, kid, and don't forget this. Only the guards in Shell 1's core are armed with AK rifles.
So it only works for one room.
The AN-94, the official
like 3
rifle
rooms.
of the Russian army. If you hope to disguise yourself as the enemy, you don't want to be carrying an AK outside of Shell 1's core.
Whatever.
There's a whole bunch of ammo in here. You don't really need to pick it up, though, because, like, what? Am I going to be firing the AK-47? Probably not. Let's get out.
Not an AK-47. I wish it was, though.
No, it's not. Again, I don't know guns. I see AK and I'm like, oh yeah, AK-47. Not what that is.
Not what that is.
Ah, there he is.
I know a lot about guns, which some people would consider a point of shame.
I mean, it's a hobby like anything else. It's like knowing a lot about cars to a certain point.
Which I also do.
You do. Yeah, there we go. That's what I needed. Look at this bullshit. Oh, fuck me! All it takes is for them to shoot you once and then you stumble.
Answer me, Jack!
You try to walk away and you stumble. And although I tried to hide it, it's clear. I have problems when I get shot in the back by a cipher.
That's right.
Try to say goodbye and I choke. What's Macy Gray doing these days? There we go. Use another one of these chaffs. And get that claymore. Fuck out of here. Out of Dodge. Indiana Jones nonsense. There we go. That room's a little bit of a pain in the ass. Almost entirely because of the ciphers. Speaking of rooms that are pains in the ass.
Got a minute, Jack?
Rose?
I found some information on where Solid Snake is interred.
Great. Shoot.
I've located the grave site.
And the body?
Exhumed for DNA testing.
Well, do you have the results?
The right arm was missing, but there was no doubt that it was him. That body belongs to Solid Snake.
Right arm, you say?
So the head of the terrorist group must be...
An imposter.
Right.
You sound disappointed.
I guess I was kind of...
I guess nobody knows about the fact that there were clones going on.
But looks like he's not
behind
this incident.
Raiden, the president needs you, I think. Disguise yourself as
what a
enemy
line.
personnel and infiltrate the core section. Your
I think
priority is
he
to
needs your
contact
help.
Agent Ames.
For some reason, that line has always sounded a little strange to me. The president needs you, I think. So yeah. The way that this disguise works is if they see you wearing anything other than, or having any gun other than the AK, they will immediately be like, huh? Who's that? And also, if you bump into any of them or take any damage at all or get jostled at all, you immediately lose the whole thing. Which, I think they say that it's like a loose-fitting uniform. It doesn't quite fit him. So if you, like, bump into anything, it just falls off. There we go. This room has a lot of stuff in it.
I'll say.
Seems that way. Like this. You see that?
Nice.
All it takes is one bump and it's gone. Oh wait, it's in the other one.
Yeah, wrong menu.
What else we got in here? We got a lot more posters. Some M9 bullets. That's good. That might as well be Christmas for us. C4!
Might as well.
Book. More posters. Ooh, Claymore. More posters. Nothing. What a chip. Get real. I have memories of... I have memories, for whatever reason, of DSP in this room specifically. And it always... Like, this is the kind of room where if you don't pay attention to the codex, you're like, wait, why the fuck? Why can they just see through my disguise? And it's like, oh, you don't have the right gun. Come on.
A disguise has to be complete. Everyone knows that.
That's right. You can't just be Agent 47 walking around in a chef's outfit with, like, a fire axe.
Retinol pattern recognized. You are cleared to enter.
Well, that's a problem. Raiden's eyes are pretty, but that won't help him here. Let's go ahead and grab this nerd while we're at it.
Did you say nerd?
I fucking love this game so much. And you might be thinking to yourself, hey, you know, you just grab a dude and, like, run up behind him and grab him and then push him up against that thing, right?
Yeah.
Only because it's a retinal scanner, it won't work if they're knocked out. So you gotta do it while they're actually awake. Ooh. There we go.
Retinol pattern recognized. You are
And then he's like, yeah, I'm done.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Nothing here.
Gotta listen for that pacemaker.
Definitely not. Well, we need the directional microphone first.
Whatever.
Why don't you do it?
It's my favorite one.
It's really good. Yes?
Raiden, one of those hostages in there is Ames.
Definitely
the only
not.
thing we know is that Ames wears a pacemaker. His heartbeat should sound different from other people's, so use the directional microphone to locate him. You don't have a directional microphone, however. Find one first. The microphone is the only hope of identifying Ames among all the other hostages.
All right.
The directional microphone should be somewhere in the core of Shell 1.
Have you searched?
Well,
B2
luckily
of the
we
core?
don't have to go very far. Thanks, Rose. Sorry. Thanks, Rose. Just go ahead. Yeah, we have to redo that little thing of grabbing the dude and pushing him up against the retinal scanner, but it's just one floor down. It's a very big suit. It itches. It chafes.
You're gonna start a fire. You keep that up.
No using auto fire. I'll know. Okay. This is probably one of the goofiest rooms in the game. It's also a little bit bullshit. This one is entirely just watch where you're going and dump them into the guards. There's one dude around the perimeter that just absolutely books it. Also, police knots, of course.
Of course.
And that little parrot there is like Easter egg machine number 2. There's all kinds of stuff that parrot says. Let me see if I can remember all of... There's one bit where... yeah, as that dude is falling asleep up there, it says good morning next to him to try and wake him up. There's another part where a guard will start talking about a lady and making, like, curve motions around his chest. And it says top of locker, and there's a porn magazine on top of one of the lockers.
You have the directional microphone. According to our information, Ames has a pacemaker. This should make his cardiac pattern fairly distinct. Use the directional microphone to locate it.
Get real.
All right. Whoop. There we go. And now you can see that other dude is just running. But if we go behind him, that's not too big of a deal. Also,
no threat.
Be careful, because one of the reasons that this room sucks for me in particular is, you know, I have a tendency to rest my fingers on the triggers. So if I accidentally just tap it, done.
Done instantly.
Now we have everything that we need. And there are also other Easter eggs with that bird. There are like 4 or 5, and I don't remember all of them. He is talking about Hal, though, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Really into that Kirby game that never quite came out. HAL Laboratories is still a thing, right?
Or maybe... I think so.
Or maybe like 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Or maybe a different HAL that we might be thinking of?
Maybe, yeah. There we go.
What does the book do for you?
You can put it on the ground and guards will be like, ooh, lady, and stop and look at it.
Oh, it's that kind of book.
Yeah, it's a deployable distraction.
One of those
in the later Metal Gear games, they got a product placement deal with Playboy, so it's literally a Playboy magazine in those games.
Different from other people's, so use the directional microphone to locate him. Once you recognize Ames by his heartbeat, keep the microphone pointed toward him. Then push the action button and call out to him. If it really is Ames, he should respond in some way.
What if it's the wrong person?
The guards may get suspicious and come running instead. Security could get tighter, too.
Try to be sure before you take the risk.
Thanks, Rose.
Don't call out to a hostage with the action button until you're fairly sure that it's Ames. If you do make a mistake, switch the microphone for an AK and get out of there before a guard gets suspicious. If you're discovered inside, they'll cut off your retreat and call in the
new dialogue.
You won't make it out of the room. The mission will be over if you're discovered. Don your disguise and look for Ames while deflecting the enemy's suspicion.
Okay. Yeah, you have to parry their suspicion away.
That's right.
So, I want to say that Ames's position is not always the same, but most of the time he's just right here.
You're Ames, aren't you?
There's also a bunch of Easter eggs with this fucking thing. Some of them are in this room. A lot of them are being creepy with ladies. So, take that as you will.
Because it's a Hideo Kojima game.
That's right.
You must be Ames.
Also, if you point at the parrot and press the action button, it's like, you must be Ames, right?
I got in here using one of their
That's not a joke.
I'm taking off the tape.
Does the parrot respond in kind?
I think it alerts guards, maybe?
Who told you about me?
An informer calling himself Mr. X, dressed like a ninja.
I see.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Take this thing off me, will you?
I talked to him right after beating a fat man rolling on rollerblades.
No, I was set in by the Lali Lule Lo, just like you.
What?
Oh, shit.
You're here to find out where the president is. We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first?
Nanocommunications?
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety.
foiled again.
Are you on?
Right here. Do you really know where the president is?
Almost certainly. He was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor, the core of Shell 2. Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't get a response.
You don't think he's been like the other hostages?
Hmm?
A hostage was killed in retaliation after the SEAL 10 disaster, remember?
What are you talking about? Regardless of what they do to other hostages, they won't touch the president.
What makes you so sure?
The case.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right, and the case won't do a thing by itself. That case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological data?
The president's own vital signs, heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure and so on are constantly monitored and relayed by his internal nanomachines. This information, along with the DNA pattern, serve as a biometric password. Unbreakable.
It sounds like bullshit.
Parallel processor supercomputers. The password entry itself cannot be performed unless brainwave patterns and heartbeats fall within normal parameters, rendering chemical and other forms of coercion impractical. In other words, the login must be made of the president's own free will.
That sounds like a plot excuse for some stupid bullshit that makes no sense.
Reconfirmed hourly, even after the initial login. If a valid confirmation is not forthcoming, the system will automatically cancel the login.
And that's why they can't harm the president.
At least until the bird flies.
Is there really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything?
Whatever.
The entire thing was
fucking no.
The oil spill, the tanker
They get
accident, the
upset
cause
when
of
I ask
everything.
questions.
The big shell was built specifically for the development of a new Metal Gear model. The inspection tour was to check its progress.
What's going on around here?
Wait. Here comes Snake.
That's him?
Use the microphone
That's
to
not
listen in.
Snake.
King, Fat Man is dead.
It doesn't matter. Saved us the trouble of getting rid of him ourselves.
Why did he betray us?
Who knows? They're a band of lunatics to begin with.
Johnny's in here.
Of course.
I'm gonna go back to the plot because it's important, but I wanted you to know that Johnny was here.
Think he was working for them?
We can't discount the possibility, especially with that intruder still at large.
Yes. The man in the sneaking suit.
You know more about those suits than I do.
But Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago. So it must be the Patriots. What about the damage to Shell 2?
The circulation system for the contaminated water has been damaged. The water being drawn in is overflowing, and the lower block of the central section is flooding.
Seal the connecting pathway between Shells 1 and 2.
The Simtex and IR sensors are already in place.
Oh, good.
Any effect on
it? Good.
No.
What about the President?
The password entry has already been made to the black case. In 1 hour,
Shit.
we'll get a confirmation from him. His work is done after that.
Make sure you keep him alive until then.
Yes, I know.
What about the unit's activation?
Almost complete. The code has already been entered. All we need now is for the girl to stop the system.
The usual method, I assume?
No. The drugs took care of everything.
Only a few more steps to outer heaven.
Outer Heaven's been a fucking problem every time somebody brings it up.
Yeah.
Who is that cyborg ninja, Shalashaska?
I cannot even guess.
What about you?
I'm having the matter looked into.
Olga, don't cast suspicion where it isn't due.
Where it isn't due? When you watched my father die and did nothing.
It's been 2 years ago, Olga. Let it go.
I read the case file for Shadow Moses, by the way.
Olga, how could you suspect me?
I know that the ninja is not one of my men.
How meaningful you make that sound. If Sergei were still alive...
If the old man were still alive, I wouldn't need to take orders from you.
Olga, Sergei was my best friend.
If you sell us out, I'll kill you myself.
Listen, daughter of Sergei. Don't ever let me see your gun pointed at me again.
If you wish, I'll put a bullet in your back instead.
You both in when no one else would. You think any government would have you as irregulars in this political climate? The worst kind of wet works.
You guys are so fucking weird. Nobody else would take you
I
in.
recommend against switching camps. You've nowhere left to go.
You think if we weren't in a Metal Gear game, anyone would let you live? You're way too dangerous to not be part of this anime plot.
That's right.
It's happening again.
This damn right arm. Liquid! It's almost as if it's having its revenge.
How much do you
He
think
does
was
love
spent
his
on that
revenge.
arm at Lyon? The best transplant surgery team in the world.
I never trust a Frenchman.
Just snack on some pentazamine, that'll help.
The incidents are becoming more frequent. Maybe that man's presence.
Ocelot, I leave this place in your hands. I have the intruder to take care of.
Yes, King.